and we are live. Hi, folks. It is 9 a.m. or 9:05 here in Paris. I'm going to do a live and talk about all the things that I bought for my 2.5 weeks long trip in Europe. I will say it here in case you're watching it now and in case you're watching a rewatch. I like literally the live is going to be about the things I bought. So if you are someone who's trying to do a no buy or a low buy, or if you can find this kind of content triggering, so just skip this one and watch the next live. Um, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's just jump in. So my trip, I went to Brussels first, then I went to Antwerp after that. And between Antwerp and Brussels, or sorry, Brussels and Antwerp, I stopped in Bruges for a day. And then I went to Ghent, Lille after that in France. And then I've been in Paris since then. So a couple of different places. Um, and for about 2.5 weeks. And also, by the way, I am doing this live today, but I'm leaving day after tomorrow. So this means I cannot buy anything after the slide because this is it, right? This is everything I bought. And then one core thing to know is usually when I travel to Europe, because for work I have to travel to like globally to a lot of places, but not so much to Europe actually in this new role. In my previous role, I used to go to Dublin a lot and London a lot. But now when I travel to Europe, especially France, I make a list of things that I want to buy that might be more expensive because it's way cheaper. Like I save up to $300, $400 on $1,000 purchase if I buy it here versus buy it in Los Angeles. So it's a big saving. Someone did ask me how that works, like why that is. So I'll quickly explain it, although if you know this might be like a redundant for you. But basically what happens is let's think about like a brand like Margiela, right? Or most fashion brands, they're not American brands. So what happens is, let's say, I'm going to use round numbers. Let's say they priced it at €1,000 here. If you just translate that directly to dollars, it's going to be around like $1,150 or something like that, right? But that same item, if you look at the price of the same item in the US, it's not going to be $1,150. They're going to increase the price because of like imports between the different countries and whatnot. So something that's about €1,000 here is already going to be 1,250, 1,300 even, because it depends on the manufacturer or the brand. So it's already going to be more expensive in the US versus buying it here. Then here, the price includes tax. And in the US, the price doesn't include tax. So I live in California, which is one of the highest tax states in terms of sales tax. So I pay something like $1,500 if I were to buy that same item in California. Versus if I buy it here, one, I buy it for €1,000, which would be $1,150 or something like that. But then I can also get a tax refund because if you're buying something in Europe and you're not planning to use it in Europe, you're physically like taking it out of Europe and it has to be within a certain amount of purchasing the item, you get the tax back because the price here includes the tax. But you're not staying here. So they give you the tax back at the airport. I oversimplified this, but basically then it would cost me something like €900 or something like that, right? Which is then closer to $1,000. So I'm saving like about $500 on that purchase. And this is where my husband, he just jokes. There's that scene in Modern Family where Cam and Mitch, and Cam was like 40% off, 40% off, 40% off. If anyone knows that scene. So I still have to be mindful that I know, right? Like it's saving so much money. It's girl math, but I still have to be mindful that I'm not just buying stuff because it's cheap, because that's important. It's more about, I still want to buy stuff that I want to buy. So when I came here, I had 3 things on my wish list. And that was not to say I'm only going to buy those 3 things, but it was, I explicitly wanted to look for those 3 things. And I bought one of them, not the other 2, and I'll tell you why. The 3 things I had on my wish list, one was this Jacquemus bag, this clutch. I am a sucker for Croc, and I have a small Croc purse that is so old. Actually, maybe I can just grab it and show you. I've had it forever. Let me just show you. It is the Rocco Alexander Van Rocco bag. That was you remember it was so popular back in the day. I bought it then. I still have it. It's in great condition. I love it. Like even these haven't chipped at all. And then I saw someone say that this might come back in style, which is great, but I've been carrying it ever since. I love it. So anyway, I have this Croc bag. I have the Balenciaga Rodeo Croc bag, but I love it so much. I wanted the Croc texture in a clutch situation, and I saw this Maybe I'll just start there since I'm talking about it. I saw this bag online and I loved it. So I put it on my list because I wanted to not spend an extra $500 if I could avoid it, right? Or maybe a little bit lesser because this was priced lesser than €1,000. So it's this clutch. It's Jacquemus. It is brown croc and very shiny. Yeah, I think you can pretty much see the right color in this lighting. And it has this hardware on top. So I'm going to leave all of this here for now. One of the things is at the airport, sometimes when they're giving you a tax refund, they can ask you to show the item. And you kind of have to make sure that it doesn't look used because that's the whole point of the tax refund, that you did not use it in Europe, right? So I leave most of the stuff on, but I don't take the bags with me because, as you can imagine, if I have to show all of this at the airport counter, I cannot put it in my check-in bags. So, which means I have to carry them in a carry-on. So I'd remove all the boxes. I just take the dust bags and that's how I do it. Okay. So I really like these shapes at the top, like the thing to close it, the clasp, I guess. It is silver on one side, the hardware, and gold tone on the other side, which I think is also cool because you can just carry it like whichever way. And then as you open this, it has a strap inside. So if you want it to be like a shoulder bag situation, you can also do that, or you can carry it as a clutch. So I just really like that. It's roomy enough for like, what would you want to carry in a clutch? I'm not a big handbag person outside of work or something like this. So when I go to work, I use something like the Rodeo bag that I was talking about because it's big enough. It fits my laptop. Perfect. I use a handbag for work every day. And then when I go out, I usually don't need anything bigger than this because I mean, if it's my phone, keys, wallet, sunglasses, that's it. Basically, I'm pretty minimalistic, which is why I really like this bag too. It's not actually, it does fit more than you would think, but like I don't need anything. Like an in between size is not the most useful for me. Okay, so this croc, beautiful, beautiful bag is the first thing I got. I also like how elongated this is. Can you tell? Like it's pretty long. But I think that's what's unique about it, right? Like the shape is unique. It's not just a regular clutch. There's something about the shape that makes it more modern and more interesting design-wise. You can just see it. It's beautifully made. I'll show you close up. So beautifully made. Okay, so this wasn't the first thing I bought. Let me just talk about where I bought it too. I bought this at the Printemps in Lille. So I did not even try to look for it in Belgium just because I don't know. I had other priorities in Belgium. I'll show you what I got in Belgium. But once I was in France and I went to Lille, I went to the Printemps there and they had a Jacquemus display, but not this bag. And someone told me, because I told my friend I wanted to get that bag, and she was like, "Oh, I saw a TikTok that said it's the bag to get." And I was like, "Oh, no." Because if it is on TikTok, then it's going to become popular and it's going to be sold out. And I don't want that because I don't want to buy it online. I want it. That's the other thing. You have to buy it in person because they have to check your passport to make sure that you're going to leave the country, all of that, right? But I went in there. They didn't have it on display, but I asked the store, um, like the person who was working the counter, and she was like, "Oh, yes, I have it." So she gave me this. She also showed me this also comes in like a green color and a black. She showed me both of those, but this is what I wanted and this is what I got. Okay. Would love to know for each item if I bought it from the boutique or department store. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. So I did buy this one from Printemps, so a department store. I have not been to the Jacquemus store here yet. I might go. I don't know. I'm not the biggest Jacquemus fan, honestly. It's not that. Um, I mean, I'm not a big fan of their clothes, even most of their bags. Like the previous bag that was very popular, the little one. I have never been into it, but there's just something about this bag that I just gravitated towards, and I found it at a department store and I was pretty happy with that. Okay, that's that. Now let's get into the Belgium shopping. So one of the biggest reasons, actually there are two reasons why I really wanted to go to Belgium. One big reason is my first job as a designer. I worked at a small design firm with the owner, he is Belgian. His name is Jean-Marc. He's just this brilliant, brilliant, brilliant designer. He's one of the best designers I have ever worked with, and I have personally learned so much from him. So he's from Belgium and he always spoke very highly of just how beautifully designed everything in Belgium is. So I've always wanted to go to Belgium because of that. That is like the bigger reason, very honestly. But then the second reason is because in the past couple of years, I've really gotten into designers like obviously Margiela. I mean, maybe not obvious, but I have a lot of their shoes, some clothes, Dries, and then Anne Millimeter. Anne Millimeter is someone I admire, but I don't wear a lot of clothes that she makes because it's not exactly my style. So through learning about them, I started learning about Antwerp 6. These are the 6 designers from this big fashion school in Antwerp. And then I learned about how the legacy of just fashion design in Antwerp. So the graphic design parts that I was really excited about, plus the fashion design part. That's why I was like, okay, I have to go to Belgium and experience that for myself. And it was so real. It was so worth it. Honestly, I took so many photos of just regular street signs in Antwerp, not so much in Brussels, more in Antwerp. They are so beautifully typeset. Like the typography is so beautiful. The museums, the design in the museums was so beautiful. So it is truly a beautifully designed city. I was very, very happy I went there. And then in terms of fashion too, I went to the Museum of Fashion, Momo. That was very exciting. I'm going to do a challenge getting dressed based on getting inspired from what I saw in there. But it was just really great to experience the history of these designers that I've been thinking about. So I already knew that I wanted to buy something from these designers while I was in Antwerp to just remember it a little bit more. So I went to the Dries store. They have the Dries flagship in Antwerp, which is a beautiful store. It's in this historic building. Now, luckily, here's the other thing. I just got tickets for these dates because usually at work, people travel during these dates. So it's a little bit of like if the baby sleeps, you sleep kind of a situation, like work is light during these weeks. Plus, I was able to use points to get airplane tickets for myself and my husband for really, really cheap, basically for nothing. So the timing worked out such that right now the sales are happening, right? And again, I wouldn't buy something just because it's on sale. I would buy it only if I would actually also buy it. But I really looked out because at Dries, there was a 40% sale on their current collection because, they're waiting for the next collection to come in. So I got some stuff that some of it I've been thinking about. Some of it was a surprise. So let me show you what I got. First, let me show you this skirt. So this skirt, let me see how to show you this. Let's back up. So this I got at the flagship store in Dries. It's a wrap skirt in this beautiful print. I just love Dries clothes so much. But the thing is, most of them are a little too feminine for me in their style. Like it's a little bit more. I like Dries men. I actually have shorts that are Dries men. I have sweatshirts from them. Like the stuff that I have is more from the men's collection. This might be the first maybe the second thing that I have from the women's collection, but I really liked this print. I'll tell you another thing. The other reason why I don't have a lot of Dries is because a lot of their design is actually inspired from India, right? And I learned during this visit a lot of their craftspeople are also in India. So they do a lot of the embroidery, the sequin work. It happens in India. I have this mental block where if it is work being done in India and it's not an Indian designer, it makes me pause before I purchase it because it's like, who am I giving my money to? So it's sometimes stopped me from getting Dries. And this, especially, the drape is like a sari. It is so sari coated. I'm thinking about whether I should put it on to show you. I'll show you. It's going to be hard over the jeans because it's like a fitting skirt, but I won't close it, whatever, right? But you will see it is so inspired from a sari that part of me was like, am I like my mom would be like, you spent how much to basically look like you're wearing a sari? But it is so cute. Can you tell that I love the drape? I love the print. And I mean, yeah, it's inspired from a sari, but a sari would be much harder to throw on. It's not something that you can just throw on and go. And I like the print, like I said. And I also, the other thing that I really appreciate about Dries is their colors are gorgeous because they are these complex colors, the ring threes, which are, they're just like even the lining, it's mustardy, but it's yellow, but it's green at the same time. So they're just more complex. I've always admired Dries colors. So I had to get the skirt and I'm gonna try it I'm gonna style it different ways. You'll see. You'll see. It's for it's for someone else's post, so I cannot talk too much about it. But you'll see styling of the skirt soon. I'm so confident that I can style it in so many ways. Like even with this t-shirt, it goes with anything. With shirts, with anything. It's gonna work. Okay, so that's the first thing I got. The other thing I got from Dries was this necklace. So you know how there is the shell necklace trend going on? I know the color is beautiful. Okay, and then hold on, this is caught somewhere. So the shell necklace, I really like it. I have thought about it so many times, but the truth is I actually don't relate to shells. Like there's nothing about a shell that calls to me. I'm not a coastal person. Like there's nothing. I grew up in Delhi. It is what it is, right? So I wanted like a longer necklace, but I've never found one that really calls to me till I saw this. So this is Dries. Let me do this so you can actually see it, because otherwise you won't see it against the shirt. It's just I've seen this online because they've had this for a while. It came with the season where the spring season basically with the skirt. Um, I've seen these earrings. I've seen this for a little bit, right? But just seeing it in person was different. And I love it so much. I've already worn it like 3 times or something. It's just an easy necklace. It's not very heavy for what it is. I like the juxtaposition of the shiny surface and then all the texture. Like, look at all of the texture that this stuff gives you. I think that's actually another common theme. I was thinking about it. Most of the stuff I got, actually, everything I got, we'll see if that's true, has texture. So you saw the bag, the clutch, that has texture. This has texture. So I guess maybe that's just what I'm wanting to add to my closet right now is a little bit more texture. And this does that in a beautiful way. The other thing is it is adjustable because it has different loops. So at least like it has 3 different lengths that you can make it. But of course, I can also tie it and make it very short if I wanted to. But I've been wearing it the longest length, the most. Okay. And then the third thing I got from Breeze, see, that one does not have texture. And this one was not planned at all. I just saw it and fell in love. Is this shoe. All of this, by the way, was 40% off, which I'm very happy about. So this shoe, the reason why I got it, it's a loafer. I guess this has some texture because it's leather, but it's not adding texture to any outfit. The reason why I got it is because it's a flat. It is a gray, which is a beautiful nuanced gray because I don't have any gray shoes, I don't think. I actually checked in my index to see if this would be too much like anything I have, and it's not. But it's not a straight up gray. You see how it's warm tone and almost green? That's the real color. It's not like the colors are coming through pretty accurately on my phone at least. So it's like I would describe it as somewhere between a greenish gray, which is just such a beautiful color. And the fact that the shape is I have started paying very close attention to the shape of the shoe because as I looked at which shoes I wear more and which shoes I wear not so often, it's often because of the shape. Because everything else I was paying close attention to, but not so much the exact shape of the toe box. And there is something about it that if it's too rounded or if it's too pointy in the wrong place, then I don't wear it. But just because of the looks of it, it just doesn't feel good, the lines. But this one, I tried it on. It was really, really good. And it's very soft leather. It's a little hard to put on because it hasn't relaxed yet. It's a soft leather, but the opening is small and it's not elastic. But nothing that a shoehorn cannot solve. So I could put it on with a shoehorn, and then over time it's gonna relax as I wear it. So very excited that I got these. Okay. That is all the Dries. Next is Anne Millimeter. So Anne Millimeter, like I said, her stuff is so poetic, so beautiful. I love watching the runway shows. And I mean, of course, she's not the creative director anymore, but they have carried on in her style. And I love watching that stuff, but I have. Oh, that's not true. I was going to say I don't own anything by her, but that's not true. I actually have a leather tie that's Anne Millimeter. It's so beautiful. It's like a necktie, but it's made in leather. And I think you probably have seen me wear it. If not, you'll see me wear it. But that's the only thing I have because her clothes are often um, too dreamy, a little bit too delicate for me. So I haven't worn them. But then I thought that actually might be the perfect friction piece, but not in a shirt. Like I wouldn't, I don't see myself wearing a super frilly shirt. So what I got instead, and I saw this was at a boutique called Style in Brussels. This was still in Brussels, actually, not Antwerp. Because I went to the boutique and I saw this. I liked it so much that I grabbed it. It's a collar. So it's just a collar with all of this lace. So it's basically more like a necklace, but I just figured this would be such a great way to add some delicate a delicate piece to my closet, because this I can just wear with this suit. I can wear it with this is not a good shirt to show you. But hold on. Maybe we do this. So if I'm wearing any kind of a shirt that I want to add a little bit of a delicate touch to, it's such a good way to do it. Plus, see this collar, it makes it still edgy. It takes like it's not like a frilly shirt, right? Because of the collar and the look the compound look of the whole thing is not delicate, but it adds that. And the lace is so beautiful. Can you see? It's so gorgeous that I had to get this. I tried it on and I was like, okay, yeah, this is happening. So this is what I got from Andy Millimeter. Okay. Then Margiela. Margiela, they don't actually have a store in Antwerp, which was surprising to me. Um, I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think Margiela was just like, okay, I'm going to look at that in Paris. And I had some concrete thoughts about what I would want from Margiela because I have more of their stuff already. Okay, let's move on from that. And let me show you some other small things that I got from Belgium. One was actually like some small things and some not so small things even. So, it's very recently that I have started, maybe in the last 3 years, I started believing in that philosophy of like buy nice or buy twice. What I mean by that is not that you have to buy expensive, because I don't think this was expensive. In fact, this was cheaper than the other item I'm going to tell you about. But if I don't like the quality of something, or if it's not 100% what I want, I know I will end up buying the other piece that is actually better anyway. Right. So now I'm just like, okay, I'm just not going to buy the other thing that I'm not completely satisfied by. But back like 4 or 5 years ago, I wasn't thinking like that. So if anyone remembers, about 4 or 5 years ago, necklaces like these with all these different stones, they were really popular. I think it was like during COVID. I think it was actually right during COVID 2020. And I bought this necklace on through an Instagram ad that I was influenced by. And it was I don't know, $120, something like that. And it came, and when I saw it, it was just cheaply made. Like the stones, I'm not even sure they're real precious stones. They claim it is, so maybe they are, I don't know. But it was just like not well made, but I had it, right? And I couldn't return it for some reason. Maybe it was on sale or something. So I kept it and I have been wearing it. But every time I wear it, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't like the quality of this. Uh, but when that happens, another thing that I have decided to do is not go out and replace it right away. It's more like if I see something else that is better quality and is an actual upgrade, I will get that if financially viable. Otherwise, I'm going to keep using this. That's just how I've found to be the most sustainable way for me to have items that I actually like and enjoy using, right? Because that one I wasn't enjoying using. So to my surprise, there was this cafe that I was walking to with my husband for lunch or for like a brownie or something. And right next to it, there was this store with this woman who was hand making the jewelry that she was selling at the store. So I saw this necklace, and this one is actual precious stones, and it is substantial. It is beautifully made. And the woman was so awesome. And it was like 33 euros. So, like I said, it was actually cheaper than the Instagram one I have. But so much better, so much better. And I was so happy when I saw it, because I was like, okay, I can finally upgrade that other necklace that I've been wearing. And I just happened to walk into the store, and she had different color combinations, but this is the one that I liked the best because it's a good combination of like ring 3 colors. There's also some brights in here. It just works really well. And then there was the other one was more like moonstone coated. So it was like silvers and blues and a little bit more ethereal, but it's not very much my style basically. And I've wanted to basically like replace or upgrade the one that I already have. So this necklace is something that I bought too. Oh, by the way, here's the other thing. to qualify for the tax return, your purchase has to be more than 125 euros or something at a single store. So stuff like this wouldn't qualify for the tax refund, but that's fine. I like it so much anyway. And by that number is different in every country. I think in Tokyo, it's slightly different. Sydney, it's slightly different. So every country has their own laws of when you get the tax refund. So if you're trying to do this, make sure that you find out what that number is, because you only get the tax refund if you exceed that number. Otherwise, you don't. Um, okay, so that's the necklace. And then the other thing I got from Antwerp, which is not a small thing, but because it was okay. There's this designer Lira Traeger that Amy talked about in one of her lives, and she was wearing this necklace, which I liked the necklace. But I really like the story that Amy was telling, and I'm not sure if I remember the exact story now, but I'll tell you what Lyra told me, and I hope this is okay. So she told me, because I went there to visit her, because she's in Antwerp and she has a store in Antwerp, and I saw her jewelry online. And more than the necklace, I actually liked some of the other jewelry, although the necklace was pretty cool too. So I saw her other jewelry, and I just wanted to see it in person. I was going to be in Antwerp anyway. So I went in there. She was so wonderful. She makes all her jewelry herself. Her studio was beautiful. The jewelry was stunning. She makes fine jewelry, and then she makes some non-fine, I don't know, whatever the other category is. So she told me she had just sent a necklace to Amy because she just wanted Amy to have it. But Amy basically paid for that and bought another one, because she was just basically gushing about how nice Amy is that she paid for the necklace. And she was like, that has literally never happened, because she has sent her necklaces to different people for marketing purposes, basically. And it's the first time that the person has actually insisted that they're going to pay for it instead of just keeping the gift, basically, right? Which is really, really nice. So anyway, that was nice. And then while I was there, I saw this ring and I fell in love with it. Here's the someone asked me how you pick jewelry, and maybe I'll work on a post on this. But like honestly, the short answer is it's very hard to say. You just have to lead into what you really like and what speaks to you. Because Rachel from Hey Mrs. Solomon said this recently. It's like art. Jewelry is like art, right? So you like what you like, and people don't like the same thing usually, and that's fine. Okay, so I got this ring. If you do follow me on Substack, which is probably why you're here, you've seen me wear this. I wore this for like 3 days straight after I got it. I love it so, so much. Look at how beautiful it looks. It's just so unique. And the other thing is, because my friend was like, doesn't it snag because of the shape? And it doesn't snag that often as you would think. It does sometimes. But then I was like, is it going to rip off my finger? It's not, because it's actually a spiral. So the ring is not a closed ring. So the ring comes off before your finger comes off, basically, if that happens, right? But I mean, I shouldn't jinx myself. But so far, it's been fine. So you can see here. It's a spiral. It's not a closed loop. So the ring opens up basically if it snags on something. But it just looks so beautiful, and it's kind of adjustable. I asked her if she makes them in different sizes or if it's one size fits all. She said she makes it in different sizes, but it's like 18 karat gold, so it's not super delicate, but it's also you can play with it. So I have worn it on different fingers, so I can open it up a little bit and close it a little bit. But listen, if you get this ring and you break it doing that, don't blame me. You should do what she asks you to do, which is like it's sized to a size. But, it's slightly adjustable because it's open and it's a delicate 18 karat gold thing. So you can open it and close it. Okay, so that was one of the things that I got from Lira Traeger. And then I did get the necklace too, because so Amy had a round one. I didn't like the round one. I liked this one. It's my husband has been making fun of me ever since I got it, because he's like, you look like a tour guide. Like, I want to ask you questions. And I get it, but it's just, I don't know. If you saw my outfit yesterday, he should stop laughing, because it worked so well with my outfit yesterday. I think there's just something about the shape and the fact that it is a square it's just like big and blocky and almost dorky, that it works to add that friction to an outfit. And basically the deal is that it has this beautifully constructed comb in there. And I got this comb. So the good thing is, if you go there, of course, you can pick which comb you want. And I bought this comb because it looks different on the two sides, because it's white on this side and brownish on this side. So the end look, see, how it's a lot more subtle now. It's very different if I just turn it around. So I'm glad I got there, or I went there to get this, because otherwise I actually wouldn't have bought this just from the website or even seeing it on Amy. I liked the idea of it, but I wasn't in love with the necklace. Oh, also the one Amy has is leather. This one is suede, which I don't know, maybe leather is more practical than suede, but I just liked the look of this better. And it's a beautiful brown, which I was more drawn to than the leather, which was black. So this was the necklace. Okay, I think we're getting to the end of things. Let's talk next about one of my favorite things that I bought that was completely just something that I ran across. And maybe this is like I don't know if it's a faux pas buying these in Paris. I don't care. They're so cute. Look at these Birkenstock dupes. These are not real Birks for sure. They're just, can you see? They're just so shiny. It's a total tourist trap. I was just walking around in Paris and I saw these on the street side and they're like 10 euros basically. But they're so cool. I just really liked how they look. And sometimes they can be a total magpie. And I'm just going to wear them on the flight back home. I think they're perfect for the plane. They're just so cool. I can wear socks with them and they just make me happy. So I grabbed them. I sent a video to my sisters and I asked them if they wanted one. And they never appreciate my sense of style. So they looked at it and they were like, it's cute, but no, thank you. Because, I mean, I don't know how to show you my feet, but hold on, let me see. Look, they're so cute. They're as dorky as Birkenstocks usually are. And actually, I don't have any Birkenstocks. I used to have one pair a long time ago. And I just wore them to death, basically. So I had to throw them out, basically. But I'm not claiming that these are going to function as Birkenstocks because it's just, oh, yes, the t-shirt is. I'm going to talk about that. Yes. So I'm not, of course, they're not going to be as the quality might not be as great as Birkenstock, but who knows? Like it has a nice rubber sole and stuff. So I'm very happy that I grabbed these and 10 euros. So good. Okay. Let me talk about the things for the reminder. Let me talk about this t-shirt because I did get this from Lille. So this one, here you go. So this one was from a cafe where I had the best grilled cheese. It was so good. It was in Lille. It was called, is it Mew Mew? Is that how you say it? It's M-U. Can you see? This is the name of the cafe. Mew Cafe? Um, it was just a really cute cafe in Lille that I just ran into while I was looking for coffee or matcha. I don't drink coffee. And this is, by the way, backwards. This is supposed to be on the back, but I like the graphics, so I just wear it, backwards. Who cares? But I they had this amazing grilled cheese. It was like the fluffiest bread, and the cheese was obviously delicious. The cheese is delicious everywhere in France. And it was very simple. They served it with pickles on the side. I don't know if that's a French thing, but it was just like a great meal, and the matcha was great. And I saw the shirt and I liked the shirt, and graphic tees too, just like jewelry, if they speak to you, get them. Because my theory is if you go look for a graphic tee, it's so hard to find one that you actually like. But if you see one and financially, if it's okay for you to acquire it and you can get it, just get it. The only reason why I paused a little bit from getting this was because I do have a couple of white graphic tees. Now, I don't have anything that is um like black line art on white t-shirts, but still, I would prefer to have graphic tees in different colors. But here's the thing, don't find graphic tees in different colors typically where you also like the color. So I figured I'll get this. I'll wear this for as long as I like it, wearing it like this. And then after that, I can always dye it a different color. And I've done that to another graphic tee, my Onitsuka Tiger. It was like that ivory color, which I did not appreciate. So I dyed it an orange and I love it now. So even this, it's very easy to dye it because the black will stay black and you can just dye it whatever color. But I like the shirt. I really like it. And it's just a nice, high quality cotton tee with a cute graphic. And it means something, right? Because it reminds me of the delicious grilled cheese every time I see it. So I really like this. Okay. I think I only have one last item to show. Let me just double check here. That's not true. I have two things to show. So and I'm going out of order right now. But I told you I had three things on my list, right? My wish list. One was the Jacquemus bag, which I got. The second thing was the Miu Miu boat shoes, and there is a story there. The I don't have any boat shoes. I've been thinking about whether I should get them or not. So on their own, they could be preppy and whatnot, but I think on me it's gonna be friction because I'm not preppy. Like there's nothing about me that looks preppy with my hair, my skin tone, like nothing, right? But like I said, I'm very particular about the shape of shoes. So Miu Miu shoes are obviously like more expensive, right? The thing about Miu Miu boat shoes is I don't like where it says Miu Miu on them. And I'm not someone who's like, oh no, visible brands. Like I don't care about that. If I like it, I like it. But it's just too prominent. Like the shape that the Miu Miu logo makes to me, this is probably very obsessive, but I'm a graphic designer, so I cannot help it. The shape that the Miu Miu logo makes, to me, it doesn't go with the boat shoe aesthetic. There's something about it that just seems a little contrasty. And I think that is the whole point. That's why they're popular. But I've seen them online. I never tried them on, but it was on my list because I was like, I'll try them on. And if I like them, I like them. We'll see. Also, I'd been looking at other boat shoes, like the Free People one, some other things that are not direct dupes of the Miu Miu, but none of them have the box shape exactly like Miu Miu, and I really like the toe box shape there. But anyway, so if I just said, right, if I don't like everything about an item, I'm not gonna get it. So I'm not gonna get the Miu Miu shoes if I don't like the logo. I didn't even go to try them on because ultimately I decided that what's going to change about the logo? I already know I don't like it. So why? And again, it's not about me not liking the Miu Miu logo. I have another pair of shoes from them, which also has the logo in the back, but they're more sporty. And to me, the logo goes better with something more sporty. So then what I actually saw instead, not because I was looking for it, but just because I went to the Prada store in Brussels, was this shoe, which is a newer shoe for them. It's not exactly a boat shoe. I don't know what you call this. What is this? What is the shoe shape called? I don't know. Whatever this is called, I really liked it because I like this little element. Again, I don't know what the technical names for any of this is. I liked this. I liked the color. It's this aged brown color, basically. I like the buckle shape. And yeah, I mean, of course, this has the logo, but it's so small and it's in that antique silver um, color. It kind of goes with the shoe. I actually like that it's not gold or that the buckle is not gold because with the antique brown, gold would have been too obvious. And I like the silver is a little bit more modern. So I like that. And then they're just super comfortable. They're like slip-on shoes because there's this elastic. So to me, this would do what a boat shoe would do. And I know it's not exactly a boat shoe, but who cares? So I got these in Brussels. This was actually the first thing I bought on the trip. And I'm so excited. I wish I could wear them here, but like I said, I have to keep them in new condition if I hope to get the refund, which I do. So I'm not going to wear them. And then the last thing, for real this time, is another pair of shoes. So I talked about Margiela. I wanted to get something from Margiela just as to remember, and then because I like Margiela stuff anyway. So if I can save a couple of $100 on it, why not? Because otherwise I buy them in Los Angeles, which is way more expensive. So and if someone knows this, please tell me. Slipper brogue. Yes, yes, yes. That's right. It is a brogue. That's actually the perfect name for it. That's what it is. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So this technique that Margiela does, the white paint, it's called either bianchetto or bianchetto. It's CH, but I don't know exactly how to say it. Okay, so this technique I wanted for a really long time. So if you don't know the history of this, basically this is a technique that Margiela does often. The house, but the man himself. The story that I learned about. I actually knew about this already, but I saw it in action was when I was at the MoMU, the Museum of Fashion in Antwerp. Is when Margiela started his studio or like his studio there. He wanted it to be white, like all of it to be white. And a lot of it was about like saving money and doing it cheaply and like, whatnot. So he literally just painted everything white in his studio from the table to the walls to the whatever. Like it was his thing, just like paint everything white. And he liked that effect. And he likes just, the whole thing of how paint chips in eventually. So you see the age of the item as time goes on. And then at the museum, I saw the very first pair of shoes that he painted white himself. So I have wanted a Bianchetto, I'm going to say Bianchetto, I don't know if that's correct or not, pair for a very long time. The only reason why I don't have one is because I could not decide which shape I should get, because it comes in this, it comes in their ballerina shape, it comes in the boots. So there was just this indecision. I have a lot of tabby shoes already. By the way, I'm very comfortable wearing this shape because I used to wear Vibram 5 fingers to run back in the day when I used to run like half marathons and stuff. But I like this shape a lot. It's actually very, very comfortable. So I just could never decide what shape I wanted. In that indecision, Glenn Martin became the new creative director, and it was just, now I don't know, like, what change is he gonna make? Are they going to continue to produce this the Bianchetto? I mean, I think so, because it is so Hallmark Margiela. They should, but he might switch things around. So then I was like, oh no, like I should have bought something, but I could. So I have been looking on like Vestiaire. I could never find it. By this time, I had decided I wanted this shape. And in my size, I could just never find one that wasn't priced appropriately, like, because I think they are pricing them fairly high now because they know that these are running out. And then I even asked in the LA store, they didn't have any left. Okay, so then I came here to Paris. I went to the flagship Margiela. I asked them if they had these. They did not have them. I had given up, but then I went to the other store. I don't remember the name of it's like not the flagship, but another one, Margiela. And I asked there, and the guy was like, I don't know, but let me look. And then he comes back and he's like, you are so lucky because we somehow have one pair left and it's in your size. And I was so excited. It is a beautiful, beautiful shoe. I mean, I guess it depends whether you like this aesthetic or not. Beautiful shoe. It is also so soft. I was very surprised about that because I have other Margiela shoes. None of the leathers are this soft, except maybe the ballerina leathers are soft. But this is just so soft comparatively, which is, I don't know, maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, because if the leather is stiff, it basically retains shape for longer. But either way, like, those work well for me, and this worked really, really great. It was very comfortable. Maybe subjective. If you're not used to your toe being separated, you might not find it comfortable. I'm very used to that, so love this shoe. I cannot wait to wear this. This is another one where I was like, oh, I wish I could just wear it out of the store right now, but of course I couldn't. Okay, so that's it. Those are all the things I got. And let me read a comment. While in Paris, I should get the Pelage bag from Longchamp. Oh, I actually have a Longchamp bag. I have that bag already. I bought it like a long time ago in black, just the smaller size, like a purse size, to take to work. And I use it for that. But then more recently, when I was in Tokyo last year, I got a larger size exactly for travel because it's so perfect, right? Because it holds down to nothing. So I throw it in my bag and I bring it with me. And basically, if I have stuff that doesn't fit in my carry-on, so for example, my carry-on bag is this big. It's like a small little cube suitcase. This literally will not fit in it because of its length. So then what I do is I just take out the Longchamp and put this kind of stuff in the Longchamp, and then that becomes my purse basically for travel. So yes, I'm a big fan already, but I have two already. I have the black one, which is a smaller one for work, and then I have one in gray that's pretty big. It's like this big because it unfolds and unzips and all of that, which is so practical for travel, for tax-free shopping or any shopping, because you can open it up and fill it with stuff and just carry it back with you. Okay, so those were all of the things I got. I hope I'm not forgetting anything because there is some stuff like, this shirt I was forgetting because I'm wearing it. But if I forget anything and if I remember it, I'll put it in the video. Thank you for watching. Hope this was fun. I'm very excited about everything I got. Like I said, there were some things on my wish list that I did not get. Oh, let me tell you what the third thing was that I didn't even actually want anymore, which obviously says something. It was the Chloe jelly sandal. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It's the one which has like the curve at the top in the toe box. Um, I am not a Chloe person, but again, sometimes these houses make accessories that I'm into as a one-off because it adds good friction. And I tried that on. I wanted it in the gray color, first of all, because it comes in this blue gray and it comes in a brown and a pink. So, and I'll maybe I'll put a photo in the rewatch. But it was first of all, I tried it in a color that I didn't. If I wanted it, I would have gotten either the brown or the blue gray, not the pink, because then the pink becomes like too much, not me. So I tried it on, and it just didn't feel right. I don't know what it was. It's not like it's hard to explain, but if it was beautiful, like I liked the look of it. It didn't feel right though, so I didn't even like think about it after that. I saw it at the print arms basically, where I just quickly tried it on, but I didn't go to a Chloe store or try to actually try it on in my size or anything like that. So that's off the list. Don't want it. There's nothing else that I actually really want. I mean, hopefully there's nothing at the airport that I see and I'm like, oh, duty free shopping. But typically I'm good about not actually buying stuff that I don't need. The only thing that I'll say because I travel so much that I sometimes like if I'm waiting to get something, I'll get it while I'm traveling. The only thing that I've bought that I regret in my like years and years, 5, 6 years at least of maybe more because pre-COVID, right? So many years of traveling is a Lady Dior bag. I bought that. It was duty free. I bought it at an airport, so tax free again, right? And it was at the Dubai airport. So the price was okay, but I just never use it. There's just something about the bag that I never use it. I haven't sold it yet because I keep thinking it's like one of those rare Lady Dior's with the. It's I know why I got it. It was the Indian there was this one year where they did the collection inspired from India. And it has this beautiful like print with a tiger and it's this pink bag. It's a very Indian Maharani pink, we call it the color. So there was something about the being inspired from India, the fact that the bag was available, that I bought it and tax free. But then I've used it maybe like 4 times, which is not good enough for a bag like that, right? But I keep it because maybe I'll change my mind and maybe it'll be useful. So maybe I should try to style it and see what happens. I think it might also be because it's that in between size. It's not a clutch, but it's also not going to fit my laptop. So I don't have many occasions to use it. But anyway, that's too much of an aside. I'll pull us back. Hopefully this was fun for you to watch. I am very excited about everything. I'm very happy about everything. I'm very excited about the amount of money that I saved. Like my husband says, 40% off, 40% off, 40% off. You have to find that clip from Modern Family on YouTube. It's funny. Um, Hopefully this was good and this was entertaining, if not helpful. And yeah, I'll post the rewatch. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Hope everyone has a good day. Bye, folks.